Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is getting a perfect bounce from this upwards trending line of support. But is this the bottom for this correction? Well, in just a moment, I'll be going over some other important Bitcoin charts to see whether or not Bitcoin has finally bottomed out for this correction. So definitely make sure you're watching this entire video all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on any of this important information. And just before we jump into it, make sure to leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame, just to give you another quick update on this bullish divergence that I have been letting you know about for the past 3 days. And so clearly this bullish divergence has played out very nicely over the past 3 days. And in fact, this sort of outcome is a very standard outcome for a bullish divergence, which basically means we're about to see reduced selling pressure. And in fact, if you're looking at all of this price action right here on the 4-hour chart compared to the RSI, this entire price action is completely diverging from the RSI. When the price is making lower lows, the RSI is making higher lows, and when the price is making lower highs, the RSI is making higher highs. So once again, these are bullish divergences, but looking in the highs, they are hidden bearish divergences. But keep in mind, a hidden bearish divergence is not as strong as a regular bearish divergence, whereas this bullish divergence is a regular bullish divergence, which means it is stronger than these hidden bearish divergences. So all of that basically means that sometime very soon, Bitcoin is actually due for a decent bounce to the upside, or at least quite a lot more sideways consolidation moving forward, at least according to this huge divergence on the 4-hour time frame. And speaking about the probability of Bitcoin going to the upside over the next few days, that is also backed up by this Bitcoin chart. This is the daily time frame for Bitcoin, and as you can see, simply drawing this trend line between these 2 points right here, which is of course the low at the end of July and the low at the end of September. When we're on the logarithmic chart, that line connects right here at around 54,000 US dollars approximately, which is right where Bitcoin has just experienced that short-term bounce. So obviously the fact that Bitcoin is bouncing from that level and we are holding above that level, that is really good to see. That is a bullish sign. And you can simply take a look at the last few times that Bitcoin hit this line of support right here. Obviously a successful bounce from this level was very bullish for Bitcoin once again, but keep in mind, just because that happened in the past, it doesn't necessarily guarantee anything's going to happen in the future. But with that being said, just Bitcoin holding above this trend line right here clearly shows that we are still in an uptrend on the daily time frame. But now that Bitcoin has experienced a successful bounce from this line of support, does that mean that is the bottom and this correction is now over? Well, heading over to this Bitcoin chart, this is still on the daily time frame. This gives us a lot more information to pay attention to. And first of all, the main thing to look at on this chart is the fact that this correction is looking very similar to the September correction. And I've been letting you know that basically every single day throughout this entire correction, just about. And right now, Bitcoin has seen a bounce from the 120-day simple moving average coming in at around 53,000, which was the exact same moving average that Bitcoin bottomed out at during September. And this horizontal green box just here derives from the 38.2% Fibonacci level, and same with this green box back here, that is also the 38.2% Fibonacci level, just expanded a little bit further out. And then of course, leading into both corrections here, we saw a bearish divergence form between the price action and the RSI on the daily time frame, and even the daily MACD is looking extremely similar to the September correction. So with all of these reference points in place, it does look like Bitcoin is potentially in the bottom stage of this correction. And even though this bottom right here could very well be the bottom for this correction, at least as of right now, at the time of filming this video, we have not seen a whole lot of confirmation of that low just there being the bottom, and we haven't really confirmed a recovery just yet. Obviously, at some stage in the future, we will confirm a recovery. It's only a matter of time, and it's very likely Bitcoin will enter that recovery the moment we start getting above 60,000 US dollars and holding above that level, because this green price range right here, derived from the 38.2% Fibonacci level, once again, is coming in between 58,000 and 60,000 US dollars. Previously, that price range provided major support for the Bitcoin price, but more recently, over the past 1 week, approximately, it has been acting as resistance. And once again, we saw a very similar thing play out last time back in September, and it was the moments that Bitcoin finally broke back above that price range right there. That was one of the first major signals after getting a bounce from this moving average that Bitcoin has seen the bottom for the correction and that we are getting ready for the next major move to the upside. Also, just having the daily RSI come down to these lower levels right here was another sign showing us that we were basically at the bottom right there, because previously the daily RSI on the Bitcoin chart has hit this same level over and over again for all of these major market bottoms. Now this correction, we did not actually make it all the way down to that line. We got as low as around 36 instead of this horizontal line of support coming in at around 34 in the daily RSI. But obviously that is not far off this level just here that we've held above all of these previous major market bottoms. And so right now, at least in the daily RSI, we clearly have a lot more room to the upside than we do to the downside. And looking in the daily MACD, what we could see is obviously a large downtrend that began to form even before we really entered into this correction, just as we saw back in August leading into the September correction. And this bullish cross in the daily MACD that we saw on the 1st of October was another signal on the chart showing us that we are bottoming out and getting ready for the next major move to the upside. So as of right now, the daily MACD does look like it is getting closer towards a bullish cross. The histogram is moving to the upside. But with that being said, we haven't confirmed a bullish cross just yet. We are possibly a couple days out, especially if the Bitcoin price remains at these sort of levels. But of course, if we break above 60,000 US dollars, then that would very likely bring forward this bullish cross. And on top of all of that, another confirmation method to know if Bitcoin has hit the bottom and that we're getting ready for the next major uptrend is simply by looking at the trend in the daily RSI. So I mentioned earlier, Bitcoin normally comes in confluence with these major market bottoms when the RSI gets down to these lower levels on the daily time frame, but the bottom is not necessarily confirmed until the RSI begins a new uptrend. So I'm talking about higher lows and higher highs on the RSI, which as of right now, over the past week or so, we have seen a sideways consolidation. So obviously that is a step in the right direction for the bulls compared to this downtrends that we've just seen over the past few weeks. But now we're just waiting on a little bit more of an uptrend moving forward to really confirm that we're bottoming out here and once again getting ready for another move to the upside. And another important Bitcoin chart to take a look at to know if Bitcoin is bottoming out is this chart right here that visualizes the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. But just before we get into that, I want to take a couple seconds to talk about the huge Cyber Monday sale that's happening over on Unstoppable Domains. And I'll only be mentioning this Cyber Monday sale in my videos just today because it is only available today. And you'll find a link to this page in the first link down below in the description and also in the first link in the pinned comment. Unlike other domain providers, Unstoppable Domains lets you mint your own domains as NFTs on the Polygon blockchain. And instead of these domains being .com domains, you can get .crypto or .wallet or .blockchain. And once again, unlike other domain providers, with these domains, on top of having the ability to link them to your website, you can actually link these domains to a crypto wallet. So just as an example, I could have josh.wallet and link that to one of my crypto wallets. And so if I wanted someone to pay me in crypto, instead of sending them my wallet address, that random list of numbers and letters, I could just give them my domain name and then they can send crypto to the domain name, which then links to my crypto wallet. And for anyone that stuck around to the end of this promo, there's actually a huge opportunity here because as you can see, it's buy one, get one free only for 24 hours. But that also applies to their premium domains, which in case you don't already know, people actually invest in domains. So if you happen to be a crypto whale, you can actually get up to $250,000 completely for free, just as a buy one, get one free. And then you could possibly end up selling that to someone else later on. But anyway, if you want to check it out, once again, you have the first link down below in the description and also the first link in the pinned comment. And now back to the video, just jumping into this important Bitcoin chart, which is basically the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index visualized on the Bitcoin chart. And these green zones right here on the chart are the times where the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index was sitting in extreme fear. Now today and yesterday, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is just sitting in fear, not extreme fear. So technically this is still bullish, but it's not as bullish as extreme fear. But the day before yesterday, we were in extreme fear just for that one single day at this bottom right here. And when you're simply taking a look at all of these times where the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index was sitting in extreme fear, those were usually some of the best opportunities to accumulate Bitcoin, to buy into Bitcoin, because as the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index came out of extreme fear and we started flipping back into neutral and towards greed again, that is when the gains really start to kick in again for Bitcoin. And we've seen that time and time again. Now, of course, this is not financial advice. This is just telling you what the Bitcoin price has done in the past, as this indicator has shown an extreme fear reading, which once again is exactly what we saw a few days ago. So from right now and moving forward over the next few weeks and months, I am very bullish on Bitcoin, especially in the longer term. And if you haven't already, make sure you follow me over on my Twitter for these extra real-time updates throughout the day, like this update that I sent out over 12 hours ago. And the link to my official Twitter account is in the description down below and also in the pinned comment. And if you enjoyed this video or got something valuable out of it, please make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. And before you click off, make sure you're checking out one of these uploads if you haven't already, because these videos can potentially help you make a lot more money in the crypto markets. And as always, I really do appreciate all of your support on the channel at the moment. I can't thank you guys enough. But anyway, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.